Hello, hello. So this was not going to be next, but I did get some requests to look into the Debbie COLLIER case. I did get some weird vibes, so I'm on board with checking it out to see what we can get. So she was found murdered, naked and burned. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, 10 of Cups and Page of Wands upright. So right away, this is confirming kind of what I was already picking up energetically. There's two younger people in her life that are involved in this. One playing a direct role, one playing an indirect role. It stems from her family in some way, but it is two people that are younger than her, so her husband is not involved in this, okay? The person who's involved in this is unappreciative, wasteful, like they waste the resources that they do have, especially finances. They're very much like in their head, like they're living like a fantasy life, or they're living some kind of illusion where they believe that they can get away with this, but they're not going to. The truth is going to come out here. Why was she found naked? 10 of Wands in reverse. So I think that I don't necessarily think that she was SA'd. I think that being unclothed when she was found was meant to make it look like she was, or put up that like possibility that that could be what it was. She sent her daughter a very cryptic message with a Venmo with a very specific amount of money. What's that about? She sent her like, I don't remember the exact price. It was like $2,000 something. 7 of Wands and reversed 7 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like the same, like we had one upright and one reversed page, and now we have one upright and one reversed 7. And it's Wands and Pentacles again. This was Wands and Pentacles. This is Wands and Pentacles. And it's upright Wands and reversed Pentacles. So, so it's definitely something to do with somebody wanting to take something from her. Her money, her dignity, her pride. This is something that like happened very quickly. Like it was like something that she didn't necessarily see coming, but once it started, she was like, uh-oh. Like it was, I don't want to, it's not that she was expecting this to happen, but she was not surprised by it happening once she realized that it was happening, if that makes sense. She was already like defensive around this person, so it's someone that she's not at ease being around. The person who's actually responsible for doing this is someone that she was already, it's someone that she knew from her family, not necessarily a family member, but knew through a family connection. So somebody in her family introduced her to this person. It's someone who is younger than her, okay? It's someone who is a liar, someone who makes her very uneasy, and it has to do with taking something from her. I think that money was at least meant to be taken from her, but that was just like the surface level of somebody wanting to take something deeper from her, like her pride or her sense of security. Like I said, somebody was trying to affect her deeper than just financially. A neighbor reported that a young woman would visit the COLLIER home. COLLIER? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Would visit their home during evenings and weekends, and that when she was there, there was usually a lot of screaming and a lot of fighting. That same neighbor also revealed that the night before Debbie went missing, there was screaming and fighting in the home. 8 of Cups. So whoever was in the home that she was fighting with, she was trying to get them to leave. At least in that specific instance that they're talking about right now, as in the night before that she went missing, there was screaming and fighting. That particular screaming and fighting was Debbie telling the other person, get out of this house. You have to go. You cannot be here. You need to get out of this house. Another neighbor stated that Steve and Debbie were pretty reclusive and they didn't partake in any block parties, cookouts, or anything. And that some neighbors also didn't even know their names despite living there for a long time. So I have the 9 of Pentacles and the Devil in reverse. So it's not that they didn't want to be friendly. It's that something in their life was like causing them stress and pain and chaos. And it was easier for them to just retreat and be in their own little sanctuary away from like having to put on a tough face around other people, especially people that they didn't necessarily know. And especially people that are living around them with like the opportunity to kind of like look and veer over their house, right? It was like whatever was happening, they wanted to kind of keep it under wraps, and they wanted to not put themselves in a position where they had to fake happy. Like they weren't going to go out of their way to go to like a cookout or something because there was something else in their life that was causing them a lot of stress, strain, chaos, and pain. And it was easier for them to just stay to themselves in their own house. Sorry. So let's see. I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back when I find where I'm trying to get. So we're just going to start with what was happening right before whoever took her. Death. And the Chariot in reverse. So somebody threatened her or asked her for something, and it was something that was very important and significant to the person that was asking. It was kind of like, not so much asking, but like expecting. Like, you need to help me with this. You need to give me this. This isn't reading to me like this person felt like she owed them. So it's not like a debt. It's more like just like she was expected to help this person and she said no, she wasn't doing it. And that's where things started to turn. So how did this start to go bad? So somebody asked her for something. She said no. Then what happened? Reverse 8 of Wands and reverse 9 of Wands. So it's like the person immediately got like frustrated and defensive. So like, hey, I need you to give me this. Hey, I need you to help me with this. No, I'm sorry. I can't do that right now. I can't do that. That's not something I can do. It was like immediately like, you're going to. No, you don't. I wasn't asking you. I'm telling you that you're going to help me with this. And the 8 of Wands is like, it's like the fight element. So like this person was immediately defensive, immediately like, I'm sorry, you're not telling me no. You're not telling me no. And then it was immediately like a battle. It was immediately a fight. So somebody asked her for something. She said no. Boom. Fight. sometimes I just like get things and I can't really explain all the way why, but I'm feeling like in the actual event of her murder, there was 2 people. But I also feel like one of those people is the family connection and one of them is not. I'm feeling like it was 2 males that actually, you know, did what happened. But I'm feeling like one of those males is the family connection. And one of the other male is like not a family connection, but just connection to that person. So they got defensive, they got angry for her telling them no. 4 and 5 of Pentacles. So it was definitely something financial. So they asked for something financial. They asked for money. I wonder if they asked for that specific amount of money. And that's why that was the amount that she sent to her daughter. Because the 4 of Pentacles is about having control, material gain. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, and it's like a very, very difficult, trying time. It's the only tarot card that has snow on it in like a typical deck. So it's like someone said to her, you're my only option. Like, you're the only person that can help me in this situation. And she said, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And they were like unable to accept that. And immediately just like flipped out. I feel like it was financial that they initially asked for, but because they were told no when they didn't think they were going to be told no, they thought that she was going to say okay. They might not have thought that she was going to say okay at first, but they at the very least thought that once they explained the like intensity, or once they explained the whole situation, they thought that she would come around and be like okay, but she didn't. And I feel like they tried to like go a little bit, like they probably left where they were, went somewhere else, and then they like brought it up again. And once she said no again, after she had time to like have it settle and think about it, that's when it switched from, okay, now I want to take something emotionally from you, or now I want to torment you in some way because I thought you'd come around and change your mind and say yes, and you're not. And you know I need this help, okay? You know there's no one else I can turn to. I told you there's no one else I can turn to. I told you it's only you that can help me. And you're still saying no. So now I'm going to torment you. That's what I'm getting. So what happened after that? You got the 4 of Cups and something fell. Oh, it's the World. The World fell on the floor. So she said no the second time, and they were like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And they were like, no, I have no other option. It has to be you. You have to help me. And if you can't help me with being alive, agreeing to help me, I will get it from you any way that I can. That's what these cards are. Yeah. So what happened after that? So basically 6 of Wands and King of Cups. So now this person, that's the connection to the family. Connection to the family, but at the same time, they're with a different person in this instance, okay? Now this same person who's basically in charge of what's happening here, or the one that's like taking steps of what's happening here, is now this King in reverse. So this King is the emotional King, King of Cups, emotions. So it's like this person was asking for a favor, got told no, and got like immediately so triggered. It's giving like abandonment issues. It's giving like maybe even like specifically mommy issues. This person may not have had the best relationship with their parents. and was putting her in this spot that she was supposed to fulfill this role in their life that she wasn't really meant to be filling in their life. It wasn't her responsibility or her duty. But nevertheless, this person was looking at her as their only way out, okay? This was their lit. It was bad, okay? It was hitting the fan in this person's life, and she was the only way that they could see out. So they were going to get her help with or without her. This is like emotionally triggered, okay? And then at the same time, we have the Six of Wands. That's about progress and moving forward. So this person was like, it's really bad. You need to help. You're my only option. It's you or nothing. You have to help me. She said, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And it was like an eruption of emotions. And while the person needed the money, which is what they're originally asking for, they needed this money, but their emotional triggers and their need for validation, their fear of abandonment, their fear of like not having someone that has their back or being told no, like being shut out in the cold. Where's the card? Being shut out in the cold. So this person was triggered when they felt shut out in the cold by her, and it turned from I need money to, okay, now I'm going to take your money just so I can ruin you, literally. So they decided to move forward on some plan. So what happened next? The Fool. They dove right in. It was anger, it was explosion, and it was, you know what? It's like, you know, in the show The Voice, where like the coaches sit there, or the whatever you call them, they sit there, and then their back is to the contestant, and when they like what they're hearing, they press the button and the chair turns around. Essentially, that's what happened here. She started saying no the first time. The person was sitting in the chair like, okay, she's gonna come around. They asked her again. She said no again, and it was like that red button was pressed, and that person turned from being okay and civil to completely reversal of that, where they were just enraged. So I got the Ace of Swords. Page of Swords and reverse Temperance. So this person got really mad. They were like, you know what? They got in that all or nothing mindset. And then they were like, how can I do this? This person likely didn't have this wasn't planned in advance. Maybe the conversation, like, I'm going to ask her for this. Maybe that part was planned in advance, but this happening was not planned in advance. And that even, like, brings home my thought on, they really thought that she was going to say yes. They didn't expect her to say no. And that's why it was so triggering, because this person thought when they explained themselves that she would come around and do what they were asking. And it's either mommy or daddy issues that this person has. It's that feeling like this person's supposed to protect me. This person should have my back, and they don't. But now this person is an adult where they can actually lash out at that other person, as opposed to when they were a child, they weren't able to lash out in this way. And that's what's making them so angry now, because it's a trigger of what they experienced previously. So we're looking for someone who did not have the best relationship with at least one of their parents, that feels left out in the cold by them, neglected by them, not protected by them. Basically, they feel like the people who were supposed to have their back did not. And this was just, I don't want to say like wrong place, wrong time, because the situation took some getting to. So this was someone that she had to know for some time, that for them to be able to look at her in that way, like, oh, she should have been on my side. They had to at least know her for some time. Otherwise, why would they think that? So it has to be someone who was in her life for some time. The Page of Swords makes me feel like this was something that they wanted to bring up or say or ask for some time, and they were kind of just like waiting for the right time, and they thought this was the right time, and when it wasn't the right time, they were like, but I waited, I did everything right. Like, what? You're saying no? Yeah, whatever she... So the person that was asking her for money, she did not believe that they needed the money for like a morally right reason. Like, they weren't, it wasn't like they were looking for money to... Either they were going to spend the money on something that she did not morally agree with, or that she thought was wrong, or that she thought was unneeded. Or the reason that this person needed the money was because they spent their money already on stuff that was morally wrong in her eyes. That's what I'm getting here. I want to pull these. Jealousy, an affair, or love-related crime. That has nothing to do with the husband, I can tell you right now. I can tell you, I also have 3 pages. Where's the king? King of Cups. So this is her husband. These are the 3 people that are knowledgeable about what happened, okay? He's not. He is not involved. There's 3 younger people, younger than her and her husband, that brought this about. 1 person is a family member, 2 people are not. But the person who is not a family member has a connection to the family through the person that is connected to the family member. That makes sense. That's the 3 people. The husband knows. If he doesn't know, he didn't know previously, okay? He didn't know, he figured it out after, okay? Or he knew after. When he figured out what happened, he knew who it was. He might not say that, but he knows who it is. And it's 1 female. Remember I said that the 2 male, the 2 that had something to do with the actual crime itself are both male. So the connection to the family would have to be the female here. I'm going to pull 1 more of these. A closer observation of the victim's living space may provide additional clues. So it's someone who's been in her house. And the husband knows what happened, or at least knows. He doesn't necessarily have to have proof of it, but he is like feeling like he's positive that he knows what happened. Okay, he might not speak that out loud. He might not say that. He might, you never know. But he knows. He at least has a good idea of what he thinks happened, okay? And this is something that originated in the house. So remember I said that they asked her the first time. She said no. She was asked the second time, said no. And that's when things started to go bad. So she was asked the first time in the house. And the second time she was asked was after she had left the house with the person who did this. So that person was in her house, near her house. She could have been in their house too. It could be that. But this is someone that she knew and was comfortable enough with that they would go in one another's homes. Just going to pull a couple of cards to see if that's correct. Two of Pentacles, yeah. So it's like it can go either way, but like that's the connection that we're building there. Also, this card is about like wandering. I feel like either she went to someone else's house to pick them up, or someone came to her house. They asked her about this and it made her uncomfortable or uneasy. So she said, no, but let's just go do what we were supposed to be doing. Let's go. Like, let's get in the car. Let's go. And let's see what happened then. 5 of Cups in reverse. So yeah. Okay. So either she was at their house or they were at her house. There was a conversation about money. Hey, I need money. You're the only one that can help me. It has to be you. You have to help me. Maybe that wasn't said at first, but hey, I need money. Here's the situation. She said, no, I'm really sorry. I can't for whatever reason. And then she was not comfortable staying there with that person. So that would lead me to believe that there was immediately some kind of energy that made her feel uneasy. Okay. So they decided to leave. She got them to leave wherever they were going. They were probably like, okay, sure, no problem. I understand. I understand that you can't do it right now. That's what this is, acceptance, moving on. But at the same time, this card is about hope. So like, okay, that's fine. You know, I understand that you can't help me. Hold on a second. Sorry, I got a phone call. So she said no. They left. They were probably like reassuring, okay, that's fine. I feel like they might have either sensed, or she might have even said, or it might have been obvious that she was uncomfortable, and the person was trying to reassure her, like, okay, okay, you're right. Let's go do about the rest of our day. The Lovers and the Knight of Wands. One second. I'm just going to pull one card to see if I should say what I'm thinking, because we know I have to double check. And if it's a no, I'll take it as no. That's fine, and I won't say it, and we'll move on. Okay. This is the daughter's boyfriend. 100%. The daughter's boyfriend approached the mother, said, basically, either you owe me, or your daughter has taken this, or there was some reason that he felt that she should have went along with his plan and supported him, even if it was detrimental to her. He didn't care. He was looking only at his side of things. And like this, on this particular card, this is like an orange horse. It's not a white horse. It's not a black horse. So it's not really pure. It's not really evil. It's disguised. Okay. It's like, you're like, is that an orange horse? Like, it's like not trying to be pure and white, because you know it's not, right? Not trying to be like all pure. I don't know how to say it. But at the same time, it's not a black horse. It's not presenting as evil. It's trying to put on a front. It's almost trying to like dim from dark to light. And it's like trapped in the middle, because it's not, it's a natural state of things. The 10 of Pentacles is about like a legacy, family. 10 is completion. Pentacles brings the element of money. So, and then the Lovers, self-explanatory. And look, it's like they're standing there in their vulnerability, and this is like representing Debbie, that's like supposed to be saving them or supposed to be helping them. So where are those cards? They're there. Pulling a card for the boyfriend, for the daughter's boyfriend. Daughter's boyfriend. Peaceful among thorns. Pull one more. So it's like, it goes with his card. He was trying to not come across as that black horse. He's not trying to come across as chaos. He's trying to sit in the middle of his chaos and just be calm. And his calmness was depending on her saying yes and agreeing to help. So this calmness quickly turned to something else when she said no, or when she was not agreeing to what he said. Downcast pride. She hurt his pride. She told him no. He was feeling, okay, there's all of this chaos, nonsense, crap going on around me that I have to deal with, but I know that I'm going to talk to her. She's going to understand where I'm coming from. She's going to see how bad I need her to help me because she's the only one that can help me. Okay, I'm going to go talk to her. She said no. No? You're telling me no? You're not going to help me, but you're the only one who can help me. What do you mean you're telling me no? You have to help me. I was there for your daughter, or your daughter took this, or your daughter did this, or I'm in this situation because of your daughter or your family or something. You're not going to help me? I keep hearing like, you're telling me no, or like, you can't tell me no, or like, no's not an option. No. Like, no. That's what I'm hearing. Like, no. What do you mean no? The Sun and the Magician in reverse. So basically what I just said shines the light on what's going on here. The Magician in reverse brings the aspect of triggering insecurities, triggering past trauma. So basically we're going in the right direction here. So, okay. So they're at a house. The boyfriend, the daughter's boyfriend. And this would also make sense as why the Venmo note said they, because the daughter would have already known that the mother was going somewhere with these people. She was bringing either the boyfriend and the friend, or just the boyfriend. She was bringing them somewhere. And the daughter had already known about it. That's why when she said they in the Venmo. So they're at a house. Either she went to their house to pick them up, or they came to hers. It started at a house. When they were inside this house, the mother was approached by the daughter's boyfriend. All of this allegedly for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. So the mother was approached by the daughter's boyfriend for money or something, some kind of financial or earthly element, money. She said no. She sensed that there might have been some malice or danger, or she just felt uneasy. It could have been that there was two of them and one of her in a place that she didn't know. So it could very well be that she went to pick them up from wherever they were. Because imagine if you're in someone else's house and it's just you and two people from like two other people that are not your people, right? But you're there to pick them up, to bring them somewhere, to help them out. You're already helping them out, so let's help them out a little bit more, right? That's what they're thinking. So that's a good point. I'm sorry, I just gotta go back to that really quick. If she was already in the act of helping them out with something else, that proves even more that like they viewed her as someone in that position that should want to have their back no matter what, not realizing that that's not actually your mom, that's your girlfriend's mom. So she doesn't have to be your mom too. But that's what she was being looked at, okay? So she said no, became uncomfortable because she was now in the house with two people who were angry and not happy with her. So she was like, all right, let's go, let's get in the car, you know? So they said, okay, no, it's fine. Because if they're gonna, you know, still be angry and aggressive, she might be like, okay, I actually can't bring you anywhere, right? So they needed to still get her loan out of where they were and try again to ask her. So they get in this car, they start driving. They say, okay, so let's talk about this one more time because you're my only option. So you actually can't say no. You have to say yes. And she was like, no, still no. Okay, still no. You're trying to intimidate me, but still no. And then they take her. Either there was rage before that, but I'm feeling like the rage held off until after she bought supplies, because she's seen on camera in a Family Dollar store, I believe it is, like less than a half hour before she sent that message to her daughter through Venmo. So he doesn't explode at first, but he's obviously angry. So they put her in the store, or they sent her in the store to get supplies. They say, okay, well, you can't give me the money that I need, but can you please at least just go in and help me with these couple of things? I need them for something. And she says, okay. She was already asked for a specific amount of money from these people, because maybe it's like a court fee that they have to pay off. Maybe it's some tickets. Maybe it's like a couple different things. Maybe it wasn't the exact amount of money, but maybe it was like a specific amount of money, and she was trying to like show that through what she sent her daughter. Like she was asked for a specific amount. So they tell her that she has to go in the store to get these supplies because they don't have any money, obviously, and she already knows this because they asked, right? So once she's in there, they give her a list. Okay, this is what I need. Because this woman was seen in the dollar store purchasing the items that were found next to her dead and burned body. Okay, let's don't ignore that part. So, and it was, and furthermore, this video again is recorded less than a half hour before she sent her daughter the money. So within a half hour, she bought the supplies for her own murder and sent her daughter a random amount of a specific random amount of money. So what I'm thinking is, they sent her in the store, said, okay, you can't help me with this, but you need to at least go in and help me with this. I need these cleaning supplies. I need this for whatever. While she's in the store, she's realizing this might not be a good combination of items to be getting in my given situation. For some reason, either she was sending that to her daughter as a precaution, or she was sending that to her daughter, hoping that her daughter would make some kind of immediate move to help her. I don't think that she wanted to take the risk of texting her daughter, because then they could look through her or her daughter's text messages, which is why she sent Venmo, because that also brings in the money aspect of it. Let's just pull some cards and see where we're at with that. King of Pentacles in reverse and Four of Wands. So yeah, they did leave the home, and they were originally in a home and left said home. And then the King of Pentacles is about, like, in reverse, like an animalistic aspect. So this person became enraged when they were told no. They thought for sure that she was going to help them out and make this situation better. And when she didn't, it rocked this person, okay? They are... Justice in reverse. So I feel like... So it could have been something like, okay, so while she was in the store, she could have simply said to the cashier, hey, I'm pretty sure the people out in the car are about to kill me. Can you help me? Why did she not do that? She's protecting her daughter. That's why. That's why she sent that money to her daughter. This was her sacrificing her life for the life of her daughter, thinking that, okay, if they just, you know, do this to me, they're not going to also go after my daughter, because then they're obviously going to get caught. This person is not going to stop until they get this money. Because when I watched the video, I'm like, why? If you know you're buying supplies to get murdered, why would you not do anything at all, right? So wondering if the daughter was in the car. It was to protect. Judgment in reverse. So either the daughter was in the car and she was trying to protect her immediate safety, or this situation had just grown and grown and grown and got it so bad to the point where she was like realizing they're not going to stop until they get their way, and there's no way for them to get their way. So they're going to end up killing one of us. Let it be me instead of my daughter. Like how the neighbor said that there's like constant fighting, or when there's a female that would come over on the weekends and there'd be constant fighting. The last fight I said was what did I say? It was about like leaving, like you have to leave, you can't be here, you can't be here. So like this situation was building up over some time. And that's why she was able to just go get those supplies and get back in the car, because she truly believed that she was protecting the life of her daughter. Like she thought, it's either my daughter or me, so I just need to let it be me. Cell phone records may provide important clues. So I don't know if the daughter might have been in the car for this, guys. The daughter was either in the car with them, or the daughter was back in the house that they had originally left from. And being that Debbie said something in the Venmo message about where the key was to the house, I'm going to believe that that was not Debbie's house. That was the house that she had picked these people up from. Where was she bringing these people to? So she was picking them up from somewhere to bring them where? Actually, I want to get a different deck because I don't have a lot of cards left in this one. The ones I can reach. Here, I can reach these. Okay. So where was she taking them to? 3 of Wands in reverse. And 10 of Cups. This is somewhere that they didn't want to go, but they felt like they had. This is something that they had to do for. This is not something that the people that she was taking them to, wherever she was taking them, it's somewhere that they didn't want to go, but they felt like in order to have a happy life or freedom or something, they had to go. So this was like not something that this person like signed up for, not something that they like were like, oh yay, let's go do this. It was something that they were like dreading, but that they had to do. Okay, so Amanda's boyfriend told the press that he and Amanda had just moved back from Maryland 2 days before Debbie vanished. Knight of Cups in reverse and Chariot in reverse. So they came back to ask her this. Either they had no other choice and they had to leave and come back, and then that would just kind of push them to having to ask her for help because they needed it. Or they like planned, okay, let's go back there so that we can be near her and she'll give us this, or she'll help us with this. But they were in turmoil. There was something going on, like some kind of did they owe a debt to someone? Ten of Swords in reverse, about recovery. They owed a debt to someone. So, okay. Because it says that they moved there for a very short time too. And then it also says that the boyfriend said, we have no idea what's going on. We've pretty much just been sitting at home watching movies. Which really fits in, because if they owed somebody something from where they previously lived and it was getting dangerous, they couldn't stay there anymore. Hold on, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So if it was getting dangerous, they couldn't stay where they were anymore. So they had to move back home. And when they approached her, the daughter was probably like, I can't disappoint her again. Because there was like a disappointment element that like fits in better now. I don't want to disappoint her. She's not going to understand. The boyfriend was like, no, I'll talk to her. She'll understand. I feel like when they explained that there was a debt owed, then it was dangerous for them. And she said, I'm sorry, I can't help you. He was like, but I told you it was dangerous. And that's why he turned dangerous on her, because it's a reflection of what he's feeling internally. That rage is getting reflected outward. So then, hold on, let me pull a card before I say this. So the Empress in reverse is representing the mom. Like, he's feeling like she should have been that like motherly figure. She should have been able to take care of the problem, and she wasn't. But I feel like it wasn't that she like didn't want to help. Oh. It wasn't that she didn't want to help. It was that she was like, you know, enough is enough. Like, how many times are you going to keep doing this same thing and getting yourself in this position? If I keep bailing you out and if I keep helping you, it's just going to keep happening. I have to show you that this is not okay. This cannot continue. That's why when they were at the house, she was like, you have to leave. You have to leave. Like, the money that she sent to her daughter was, I'm going to pull a card to clarify this in a second. Again, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Let's say the daughter and boyfriend had gone to the house when the neighbor was saying that they heard screaming and yelling. That was the first time, because that was right after they moved back from Maryland to where Debbie lives. So Amanda and the boyfriend approached her about the situation, maybe didn't tell her why they needed money, but told her that they needed money. She said, no, you have to leave, because she knew. She already heard enough. She knew what it was. They've been down there before. The yelling has happened before. Just, you have to go. I can't do this tonight. You have to go. She had agreed to give the boyfriend a ride a couple of days later. They had made a plan, okay, when she picks you up, talk to her about it again. We didn't tell her why the first time. We didn't tell her why we need the money. So just explain to her it's a debt and it's dangerous. She'll say yes. That's why they went into it expecting her to say yes. She did not. She already saw it coming. And that's why when things started to turn, she was able to say they're not going to let me go, because she already knew that this was building up to something big and she already knew the danger behind it. So this, okay, so when I said I want to pull a card before I say this, I got the Empress in reverse, and then I got the Six of Cups in reverse. The question that was in my head was, is it the person that they owed a debt to that is that other person that was with the boyfriend at the time of this? And I got the Six of Cups in reverse, which is about like a childhood friendship, past, like it could be like a fallen out friendship, a connection that no longer is good, right? And the Empress in reverse. So it's like she fell prey to this connection, this relationship. So I am indeed feeling like that third person was the person who the debt was owed to. And maybe that's why she was unable to do anything but try and protect her daughter. Standing your ground. Oh, yeah. So she realized in the moment that that third person was the person that they owed the debt to. Maybe they didn't say it, but maybe the person was looking at her some type of way, or maybe when she walked into the store, she pieced it together that, oh my God, this is the third person, and that's why, or this is the person that they owed the debt to. And that's why she sent her daughter a specific amount of money. Maybe it could be that that was all that she had access to, or it could be that that was the amount of money that was owed to that person. And she wanted to make sure that she gave it to her daughter so that if they went back to where her daughter was, her daughter could give him the money. But she knew that there wasn't getting out of it at that point because she had already said no and seen like the anger and rage. So her sending that text message was her trying to protect her daughter. I got the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, that's her giving the money to her daughter so her daughter can, because imagine this. Okay, so if she's in the car with the boyfriend and the person who is here to collect the debt, not knowing that that's the debt collector, and then after a certain amount of time, things start to come to light and she realizes my daughter's back in that house by herself. This person is here right now wanting this money. Maybe they didn't have enough money to pay for the whole debt, but maybe that was all she had. And she was sending that to her daughter to kind of buy time. Like, hey, look, I have this from my mom. That's what I'm getting so far. I'll be right back because I'm getting a call. Okay, so it says that he said that they had just moved back from Maryland. They came back on Thursday. Debbie brought them lunch on Friday, and then Saturday was when Debbie went missing. So was this whole thing, like all of their, did they come back to get this money from her and to get her to help them out of the situation where they owed a debt? Five of Pentacles, yeah. Recovery from a financial loss. So that the whole reason that they came back was for her to help them. So they really thought that she was like their only option to get them out of this. Let's see here. So the daughter was not in the car. The daughter was back at a house waiting somewhere. Queen of Cups, yeah. So the daughter was very emotional about them leaving. I feel like she probably thought that something was not right. And that's why when she sent the message, she was able to just say, they're not going to let me go, because the daughter kind of already was uneasy about it, or definitely like knew about the conversation that was taking place. Eight of Swords. So like the daughter knew what was going on, but she wasn't letting herself do anything about it. Like it was like she was blissfully holding on to the hope that nothing was going to go wrong, fully expecting that something was going to go wrong, right? Or at least knowing that it was very well possible that this could take a very bad turn. But she was staying blissfully ignorant about it. And she was like, okay, see you later. But like as soon as that door shut, she was like, uh-oh. But she didn't do anything about it because she was also in the situation. There was nothing else she could do. She owed the debt as well. And she probably knew that if it wasn't paid, she was going to pay with her life. And I feel like she thought that once that was explained to her mother, that her mother would understand. I'm feeling like let me pull a card real quick. Justice in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna say it. So I feel like when she went in the store to get these supplies is when she realized that that person that was with the boyfriend was the person who was there to collect the debt. And that's when she was like, so it's either going to be me or my daughter because we don't have enough money. I think that that's what it was. I don't think that she was unwilling to get to help. I think that she was trying to teach a lesson by not like just being, okay, I'll bail you out. But I don't think that, I think that the debt that was owed was large enough that she did not have it, at least not readily available to just hand over to them. So when she sent all the money that she could, it was to buy time for her daughter to try and get out of the situation. I'm gonna wrap up this one for now, but yeah, 3 of Cups. That's the team of the 3. So it's this person, the person who's the debt collector was someone that they were maybe not friends with, but at the very least friendly with, or like they didn't expect this person to really take them owing a debt that seriously. They thought they'd have more time. They thought the person would be more lenient or work with them more. And the person who owed the debt was like, no. We might be friends, it might be cool, but you're going to give me my money one way or another. And that's how they ended up getting in this predicament. I just want to pull one last one of these to just kind of see if we can find anything else out. I know they're all messed up, but I'm just going to... Contamination of DNA evidence may be influencing this case. So the third person either wore gloves or they were very careful about what they were touching or leaving behind at the scene. Maybe that's what gave it away to her. Maybe she was like, wait a minute, why is that guy wearing gloves anyway? Or like, why? That there was something that she picked up on that she was able to, when she was in that store, put together that that other person in that vehicle was the person that was there to collect the debt. One last tarot card to wrap it up. 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. That third person was the person. And once she realized that, that's why she said to her daughter, because imagine this, okay? You know that you're about to be murdered. You're not thinking of how things look. You're thinking of trying to protect whoever you can in those last moments so that it doesn't happen to them as well. Or at least in this instance, right? So she's thinking, you know, I don't think the message is really supposed to be all that cryptic. I think that the message is, hey, they're going to kill me. I realize now that this other person is the person that this debt is owed to. They're not going to let me go. Here's all the money that I have available. You can have it. Buy yourself some time. By the way, there's where the key is in case you're able to get out of where you are and go to safety at my house. Do whatever you can, do whatever you have to, but here's all I have. And here's how you can get to safety. And this is my pre-warning, letting you know that this turned south. This environment that you knew that I was in turned south, which is why she's saying they. She knew, so the people who did this, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, I believe are the boyfriend and the person who the boyfriend and the daughter owed a debt to. The mother laid down her own life to protect, or by time at least, for her daughter's life. Knowing that, okay, these people are going to kill me. They're not going to turn around and go kill my daughter 2 days later after they realize that I'm murdered, because that's going to really narrow down the search to who we're looking at here, right? So she knew that it was going to be one of them because that debt was not able to be paid. She let it be her.